I don't understand. I need somebody to come and explain that to me. How will I stay in a marriage that I know you can't call that abuse? You consented to that agreement. You accepted the fact that you're not going to work, that you're going to be a stay-at-home wife. Omo girls now, make we get sense for once. Everything you told us, Emeka Ike on air, is gibberish. None of them is adding up. Hello guys. Today we'll be talking about something I watched recently about Emeka Ike and his wife Suzanne. Them bashing themselves on social media. Emeka Ike came to give his own side of the story. He has been giving his side of the story for a long time, but this time around, the ex-wife decided to respond back, which is Suzanne. She was talking about how she was financially abused, emotionally abused, verbally abused, psychological abused, that the Emekike was actually a sociopath. As sympathetic as her story was, I sympathized with her. I felt pity for her. I felt sorry for her that she went through all those situations. I felt bad. I felt like no human being is supposed to go through that kind of situation. But I was talking with my husband and I was analyzing the whole thing to him. I was actually telling him the story of what she said, and he was like, he just asked me one question. I was like, when I mentioned that she mentioned that she was financially abused. He now asked me that, what do I mean when I said she was financially abused? So I told him that she said that the man, Emekike, didn't allow her to work, that she didn't, that he said she was not going to work. And from her story, she said that the reason why she married him was that she wanted him to guide her in her career. She was a model when they met, and Emekike was already into acting. So he just asked me, but did she consent to not working? Then she does not have a case. And I thought about it. I was like, this is true. If you're going to accept something from the beginning of a marriage, don't come back and tell us that you regretted it. If you're going to say that you met a guy and you want to marry this guy tells you that when in the process of discussing about the marriage, you guys have not even started the marriage, and the guy is telling you you will not work. You want to work, and the guy said, I want a sit at home wife. I don't want the scandal or any whatever his reason might be. And you accepted that from the onset. I don't think you should come back and tell us that you were abused. You accepted though. How can you come and tell us that you were abused? You can't call that abuse. You consented to that agreement. You accepted the fact that you're not going to work, that you're going to be a stay-at-home wife, that your career is going to be kept aside while you become the wife of this man. And she also mentioned that she had two children before they even got to go and get into making their marriage legal. And I thought about it. How will I have two children for a man? Why would I even pack my bag and go live with a man first before we can agree to get married? The man came to just to tell me that he wants to marry me. I'll just pack my thing, like here, and go and live with him. He has not done anything. More girls now, make we get sense for once. You're the one that causes what happens to us. So I'm talking to every ladies out there that is thinking of going to cohabit with a man. That is not the best thing. If a man sincerely says he wants to marry you, and it means that he wants to marry you, he will marry you. He's not going to accept that the fact that you come and stay in his house and live for that long before he marries you. There are a lot of things she said in that her lament, because I call it lamentation after my husband pointed me to this point, that she agreed from the onset that why is she now calling it abuse? Why is she saying she regretted it? If you took an action that you knowingly took, you should not come back and say you regret it. You should be able to say, I took this action and I'm going to face the consequences. Though I'm not saying what the Emekike was accused of was right. Abuse is abuse. Nobody should abuse anybody. The man should not abuse the wife, and the wife shouldn't abuse the man. In whatever case, I don't care what the Emekike has done to her, but I'm picking up from what she said. There are a lot of things that didn't add up. You were emotionally abused. You were verbally abused. Can't you leave that marriage? Were you tied in that marriage? Like she was saying that she didn't know until she was 24 that this was abuse. I don't understand. Somebody needs to explain that to me. You were abused from when you called it you called not working financial abuse, and you accepted that you're not going to work. Now you're telling us it's financial abuse, and now when you said seeing it as abuse, you stayed in the marriage for long. I don't understand. I need somebody to come and explain that to me. How will I stay in a marriage that I know that I'm not treated? She even mentioned that the verbal abuse could come to a point that she'll be washed with words that the said husband, ex-husband, will make her feel like an imbecile. I don't think I can allow myself go through that though. I don't know what you can allow. I don't know your threshold of pain. But me, once I see any sign of what I don't want, the thing is, first of all, you have to like yourself. You have to show yourself love before you can accept love from others. If you don't like yourself, if you don't value yourself, if you don't know your worth, I don't think you will know what is right and wrong that should be done to you, so you can accept and swallow up every other thing. I'm so glad for her that she woke up. I'm so happy for her that she woke up when she did and decided to run for her life. But guys, one punch, it should not even be up to one punch. It will not even get to physical abuse that she narrated in her story. I am off that marriage. I'm not anti-divorce. I'm not saying you should divorce. I'm not saying you should not divorce. But I have a threshold for pain. I love myself. I know what I can take. I know what I can take. I know what I can agree to. And I know what I can agree to. So that is my take from her story. Her story is sympathetic. I felt sorry for her. She went through a lot. She was punched. She still, like she mentioned, she was still abused right now by being dragging her to the public. I don't think she wanted to go public, but she said ex-husband is still dragging her to the public. On the other guy's side, on the man's side, on the story he narrated, um, the lies those people are telling, they are lies. Their stories are not adding up, to be sincere. I must tell you the truth. Their stories are not adding up. So I watched hers, I watched the man's son, I watched a bit of the sons. You don't know who to believe, but from what they say, I'm not here to come and dissect their relationship. I'm here to pick up some points and say, guys, it's better you have sense on time and leave a marriage if it's not working than die in the marriage or start accepting things that you will, if you, when you're done doing it, you say you didn't know when you were doing it. The guy said that all his property Omodala is sweet though, that he didn't have access to his property. They collected all of his property. I don't understand that he came back and people were already building on his land. If you buy land, they make it. Can't you go back? If it's you that bought that land and you saw people building in your land, can't you walk into the land? Like you said, you claimed you didn't have papers to your land. Hmm. Okay, oh. Okay, oh. That aside. So if now you carry money now go buy land, you use your money to go and buy land. You came back from wherever it is you went to and came back. You saw somebody building in your land. You will not, as in like how it takes sound for your ear, make we even hear them. How did it sound to your hearing? You came and lied like your land was, your school was taking for you. You can get your land back. You didn't even make any fruit. You didn't even make any kids. Nobody even heard it. Like there's nothing you can do about it. That story did not add up. What I'm sorry to say, but everything you told us, Emeka Ike on air, is gibberish. None of them is adding up. So my fellow ladies, I'm saying that before you go into a marriage, decide whether what you're going to is what you really want. Don't come back and tell us tomorrow that, oh, I regretted it. I was financially abused. I was abused career-wise. Nka, nka, nka. You must have seen those signs before you went into that marriage. But you still sheepishly or foolishly or unknowingly, like you would tell us, or knowingly went into the marriage. Well, you should be able to, if you go into something, you should be able to accept what comes out of it. So I can't make a decision now that, okay, I want to marry this man and I know the kind of person he is. I know he does some things I don't like. I already know. Some of you will tell yourself that no, I didn't know he was like Susan told us. She said she didn't know he was smoking marijuana or something. Like he was taking drugs until the children pointed her to it. Okay. That story no add up correctly. Oh. But that's my opinion. That's my unpopular opinion though. But anything you're going into, open your eye and go into it. If you've accepted to go into it, don't come and tell us tomorrow that you regretted it. Be able to stand up to these decisions you're making and take responsibility for it. That's what I came with today, to puncture some holes in what they said. I didn't really go into details. Maybe I'm going to make another video about that. But for now, these are the two things from the man and from the woman. Their story is not adding up. But that's theirs to go and settle. But for you that is watching this video, I think before you go into anything, whatsoever type of relationship you're going into, think clearly. Make sure that if you're making this decision, you can stand and bear the consequences that your decision brought you. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section, and yeah, see you in my next video. And also do well to subscribe too if you've not subscribed. Bye.